All right, we're moving on to section 3.6, solve radical equations. So actually this should look pretty familiar to you. We've done something similar to this. Previously we were solving equations when it was raised to a power by taking a root, and now basically we're given a root first and you're going to solve it by taking a power. So if you look at example 1 here, example 1a, our first thing here, so just like before where I told you wanted whatever was being raised to a power by itself before you took the root, now it's the same thing. You want whatever's in a root by itself first. So basically everything that's under this root is good and there's nothing outside of the root, so you can go ahead and get rid of the root. So it's a third root. So what undoes a third root? Well, it's going to be a third power. So you raise both sides to the third power, okay? When you do that, this side, the left side here, everything's going to go away except that whatever's under the root, okay? So we're going to totally drop that root. We just have 2x plus 7. And then we have 3 to the third, which is 27. From here, it's just a basic algebra, two-step solving for x kind of problem. Subtract 7 from both sides first. So you have 2x equals 20. Divide both sides by 2, and you get x equals 10. I want you to notice something here, and this is in your homework too as well today. It says check your solution. I do want you to do that. So what checking your solution looks like, if it says x equals 10, you're going to go ahead and plug x equals 10 into this original equation. So you take the third root of 2 times 10 plus 7 equals 3, and then you're just going to solve basically, and you want to make sure this gets to 3. You use reverse order of operation. I'm sorry, not reverse. Use order of operations. So what's under the third root comes first. And then under the third root, we do multiplication first. So we have 20 plus 7 equals 3. You have the third root of 27 equals 3. If you put this in your calculator, you should see 3 equals 3. That is checking our solution. We got a true equation in the end, worked out. Okay? So you do have to do that for your homework. So part B, again, as long as this is by itself, we're good to go. Okay? There's nothing outside of it. So we can just go ahead. Now, there's not the 2 here, but remember a square root is like having a 2 there. So to undo a square root, you're going to square it. And you square both sides. Okay? So you'll have x plus 25. And I just put 24 for some reason. It's 25 equals 4 squared, which is 16. Subtract 25 from both sides. It's been a long day, so I'm not really sure what that is in my head. So let me type it in. 16 minus 25, negative 9. So you get x equals negative 9. All right, let's make sure that this is true. So if this is our answer, again, we got to check our answer. So you're going to plug x equals 9 into your original equation. So we have, negative 9 plus 25 equals 4. 25 minus 9 is 16. If you take the square root of 16, you get 4 equals 4. That works, so that is true, okay? All right, this is our first one where we have an issue. This is not by itself. So before you take any powers, you need to get it by itself. If it was being multiplied by something, you would divide it first. If it was being divided first, you would multiply it first, and so on. You just want to get that by itself. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides before I do anything. So I get the third root of x equals 8. Okay, this worked out better for us actually because we're going to now cube this and we're not going to get such a gross answer. Actually, we wouldn't have gotten a gross answer. So then we have x equals, and again, 8 times 8 times 8. Is 512. All right, and then we are going to check our work. Here's where we would have gotten a gross answer if we had the wrong answer. So plug in the third root of 512 minus 9 outside of that equals negative 1. Okay, so from here, order of operations says you do that root first. So the cube root of 512 is going to be, guess what, 8. If you typed into your calculator, you would get 8. 8 minus 9 is -1, which in fact equals -1, so we're good. Okay, that is the gist of it. So like I said, you're going to have to check your solution for these. So if you look at 3.6 practice 1, you have a couple of these, you've got 12 of these. But the first 4 are basically where the problem's already been done for you. You're just going to check and see if this is a solution. So you're going to plug it in. If it matches this side, you'll say, yes, that is a solution to this equation. If it does not match, then no, it is not a solution to that equation. So that's the first 4. And then the next 9 are just solving for x, just like the examples. Make sure you get it by itself first. So 5 is good to go, but number 6, you're going to have to subtract 3 first. 7 is good to go. For number, there's 2 number 7s. Whoops, my bad. So the other number 7, you're not good to go. You'll have to subtract 5 first and then divide by 3, and so on. And yeah, make sure you check your solution, please. It shouldn't take long, but do check your solution. It's important. And that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm available via email.